Hello. This is my second attempt at a video talking about Les Mis that I went to see the musical today, because I just checked the record. Luckily, I checked the recording of the one I just did. The video was fine, but the sound was like chipmunk sound. I don't know what happened with the sound. So hopefully this works properly. I'll have to check later. But so tonight we went to see Les Mis. Les Miserables is the full title. So I went with Alex, Dee, Vu, Flora, Lisa, and Jeff, and it was awesome. So good. Like I've seen Les Mis before in England. When I went there on a holiday, I was like, oh, I get to see. There's a chance I could see Les Mis, so I had to book it because I didn't want to miss out a chance to see Les Mis, because I didn't know when it would be back in Melbourne. Like, it's been a long time since it's been back, and so I saw it then. I loved it. And then this time I saw it again. I loved it as well. Like, we booked these tickets like in mid 2013, and now it's like July 2014, so it's been a year since we booked it. But I have to thank Past Twin for buying it, like, because when you buy tickets, like, it's like $100 and something, but it's totally worth it. Yeah, totally worth it. Like, tonight was so good. Like, this story is amazing. This story that Victor Hugo wrote, talking about, like, things that happened during this period of time in France, and the way it was adapted to this musical with all the songs. They're so meaningful, they sound really good, and then these actors and crew and cast who make this musical put it on. It's fantastic. Like, I love it. Yeah, I can't get over it. Like, I'll just talk about a few things I really like about it. Like, I think apparently I heard before this music this year that it was like an anniversary of it or something, and they redid it. They wanted to change it just to, not just do the same thing all the time. So they changed it, and because I don't know it well enough to remember what was in the old version. Like, I remember the rotating table, which was really cool. Rotating floor, which was like this big circle, and it was moving, and I thought that was very cool. And they used a lot during the scenes. But I can't remember much about it to compare it to what this was, but I really like this one as well. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot going on with lights and stuff. Like, I'm not sure if it was One Day More, like the song just before intermission. There was a bit where with the lights they would just show different people, with highlight different people, and other times they would be in the darkness, and that was awesome. It was such an epic end to the first half of it. So I'll just quickly list off a few things I love about it. First of all, Javert, like, every time that he sings with this certain melody. I like it a lot. It grew on me ever since I watched the movie with Russell Crowe in it, and I know that tune just I really like it. Obviously, I Dreamed a Dream. I love that song. It's my favourite song. It's the first song that I really, really, really liked from Les Mis. I just like it a lot. It's such a heartbreakingly sad song, but awesome, and sounds so good. Every time I watch Les Mis, it seems more songs grow on me, and now I like 80% of the songs I really like a lot now. Like, it's like, my analogy for it was like a sponge. Once it drops a sponge in the water, slowly it just seeps up and more of it gets wet. And that's how I am with Les Mis soundtrack. Like, something like, I think, yeah, so many of the songs I like this time around, Drink With Me, I really like it now. Like, it's just so meaningful, actually, because I met a client who just last week or something like that, he was talking about how when he was young, he had some friends who were like brothers to him, and they got conscripted to go to the Vietnam War, and they died. And so I was thinking about that when I was watching this musical, actually, how these things happen where you have these guys who are like your brothers, and then they die. So Drink With Me was like before the battle and stuff like that. And as always, Empty Chair and At Empty Tables, I love that song as well. It's so sad as well. I mean, how sad it is to have your friends and then now there's no one there, just you. Oh, I liked at the end how Fantine came out at the end, and her voice sounded to me, the word that I was thinking was ethereal. Like, it just sounded like it came from the speakers or something. I don't know, they had some effect on it, I think. It just sounded so cool. Cause yeah. Other things I liked. Oh, just the whole thing with Eponine and Marius and Cosette, their song together. I forgot what it's called, but the one where they're all singing, I really like that as well. Just the whole thing. Oh, there was this line at the end that was saying in the musical. It said something like, "When you love someone, you get closer to God" or something. Oh, sounds so cool. It's really really good. I love the storyline. It's so moving. Like, Jean Valjean, he's the main character. His journey, like through his life, like his whole change is like, he stole a loaf of bread to feed his sister's children, and then he spent 19 years in jail, and then he just hated the world, and the priest was like really nice to him and stuff, and then he made a promise to Fantine to look after Cosette, and he did, and so he did that his whole life. His whole life was just looking after her, and he had no friend. I mean, like, he was just in hiding all the time, had no friends and stuff like that. It was awesome. I love that story. Victor Hugo wrote an awesome story. And the cool thing is, it's probably based on what things that really happened. Like, this period of time, things really happened like that. There were people suffering and stuff like that. I don't know much about the history, but I've been told, that is true. So I was thinking, like, these songs, they're like distilled human emotions and situations and stuff, distilled into song, because the songs, they capture feelings and concepts really well. Like, it's awesome. Yeah, I love it. I don't know what else to say except, oh yeah, I'll show you the program. I bought the program. Had to buy the program. So that's the program. Looks cool. I like that. It's so iconic, that photo of that little girl, Cosette. Yeah, it's awesome. Even just noticing just the sound of the instruments sounded so good as well. Like, like just when the songs played, I noticed like the guitar or the flute and things like that. It sounds so cool. Yeah. Oh, it's cool. Another thing, really cool. Like, just at the end, I was standing at the front door with my friends, and then Samantha Pierce, one of my friends, came out, and she was like, "Oh, hey!" Like, right, we just saw each other. It was so cool, and we got to catch up. Because I posted on Facebook that I was seeing it, and then she was there as well, and she was like, "Oh, where are you?" But I was like on like 7% battery on my phone, so I didn't really check the phone to reply to anyone. Yeah. Except I messaged Susie a lot, because she loves Les Mis, and so I just wrote on her wall how awesome it was, and we had this little chat, and like, she's like, "Oh, so which bits have you liked so far?" and stuff. It was cool. Oh, another really cool thing was like, after the musical, like, my sister and I just wanted to hear the songs again and again. So on the drive back, we chucked on YouTube on the phone, and she was listening to One Day More from the 10th anniversary of Les Mis a lot. And just as we were crossing the part where we go past Crown Casino in the car, the song of One Day More was finishing up, and the epic part. And then, because Crown Casino, they have these things at every hour. These flames come out of it, massive flames. So that went on at the same time as we went through with the epic One Day More. Yeah, it was awesome. You just had to be there almost. Like, imagine the epicness of listening to One Day More, and then fire is coming out as well. Oh, it was so good. We loved the timing. It was perfect. So I think that's a good place to end the video. But if you have not seen Les Mis and you have a chance to see it, and you're thinking about whether or not you should see it, I would recommend seeing it. I think it's fantastic. Really, 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 really awesome.